some stuff down. I thought.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
I wish you could have seen the look on your face.
Oh, that was great. You look like somebody just ran over your cat.
Yeah.
Hey, Donald, how are you?
Great. And you guys, how you doing?
Excellent.
Doing good. Just getting some cooking done. We're going to do our Christmas dinner tonight with the kids. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're just kind of in between all the different things that we got going on with family, and figured we'd spend some time with you. So now, do you like Donald or Don better?
Don is fine. Mom usually calls me Donald when she's mad at me, so.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
When my mom was mad, it was always Vicki Lynn.
So,
Yeah, when mom or dad were mad, it was always, Donald Kenneth, get in here now.
yeah,
Yep.
gosh.
That was a lot for me. So,
It's funny how we never forget that. As old as we get, we never seem to forget that.
no.
Exactly, yep.
So introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are.
Well, my name is Don Spicer. I've been into sign carving now for just about, I think, 5, almost 6 years since I ran into you guys on YouTube.
Yeah,
I've always been into woodworking. My great-grandfathers were both cabinet makers. My grandfather was a cabinet maker, so I've always had the knack and the bug for woodworking in me. So
yeah,
started doing stuff with my dad when I was 14 and progressed from there. So, and then I stumbled across your stuff. I'd always wanted to get into doing signs and stuff, but I don't know if I didn't have the confidence in myself to do it or what, but like I say, I stumbled across your videos and started watching them, and I was like, you know, I think I can do this. So I went out and I bought my first router, and it's just been uphill from there.
yeah. So you, I mean, if you've been woodworking and cabinetry and all that, you probably had routers. So you were probably familiar with a router, just didn't know what it could do from a sign making standpoint.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and that's
By trade right now, I build municipal and industrial water tanks is what I do for a living right now.
I was
The
gonna
big
ask.
tall blue silos you see, that's what I do for a living. I'm a senior field technician for the company that I work for. So
Wow, wow. There's got to be engineering degrees and stuff that that are you know, needed for that kind of thing.
I don't have an engineering degree myself. I tell everybody I got my degree from the School of Hard Knocks. So
Yeah. Yeah, and but your company knows your worth just from the standpoint of your experience and what you've done, then, rather than having a piece of paper that said you went to, you know, graduate to college or something.
exactly. The field experience to me is better than any degree you can have in your hands. So
Yeah, absolutely. So how long have you been doing that?
well, I just went back 5 years ago. I retired from FedEx.
Oh, okay.
I owned a bunch of FedEx ground routes, and I retired from that just about 5 years ago. So
Gotcha.
I've been back with the company I'm with now for just about 5 years. But
Okay.
I've worn quite a few hats through my life. I started out right out of high school working at an ice cream plant. Worked up from packing popsicles in a box up to plant manager. So
Wow.
and then from there I went to FedEx. I had my own contracting business for a while with a friend of mine. That kind of fizzled out because things, you know, weren't working out as well as we thought it was. So
Yeah.
ended up going back to FedEx, and I got into the ground side, owned my own routes, and just about 5 years ago, I decided, you know, I want to sell it. It's time to get done. So
Yeah.
then I got bored sitting home, so I said, well, I'll go back to the statewide and build some water tanks for a few more years.
And so where are you? Where are you located?
I am right just about the middle of New York State. That's how I come up with the name Mid-State Rustics,
Oh, okay.
because I'm about a half hour east of Syracuse, New York. So
Gotcha.
that's where I live.
Okay. All right.
Snowy, nice and snowy today. I just came back from my mom's house, and it's getting pretty nasty out here right now.
Wow.
So.
No, thank you. We got about, what is it? 68 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's pushing
Nice.
70 here today. No
Yeah,
cold.
it's 29 here right now, so.
Oh,
Wow. Well, thank you.
yeah, man.
And let me tell you, the older I get, the sicker I'm getting of it. I was born
Yeah.
and raised here in New York, lived here all my life, so
Yeah,
I'm ready for a change, so.
Nice shirt.
yeah, that is a nice shirt.
Yeah, that's the one that you just sent me.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking over your stuff. Am I right in assuming that, or in guessing that you're a 3-time giveaway winner from our lives? Have you won like 3 times?
I think I have, yes, yeah.
Yeah,
I got to come up with harder trivia questions.
yeah, yeah. Our audience, or Dawn, is just the smart one of the group.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're all pretty quick with that Google search stuff.
yeah. So, tell us a little bit about your sign business. You know, kind of how it's evolved and what you kind of do. You have a niche that you work on, or tell us about it.
I don't really have a niche. My wife basically, she posts everything on the Facebook Marketplace for me.
Okay.
And she's big into working with epoxy like Vicky is. She makes all kinds of, what you two know, I made both of you the mugs that you have.
Yep.
We do the epoxy mugs. She's also into doing keychains and charms and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
she's big into that. So she posts those on there. And I said, hey, what do you think about posting some of my stuff on there? And she did. And I mean, it's just exploded. It's
Really?
gone crazy. I mean, I'm so busy with orders right now. Not only am I into the signs carving, I'm also into scrolling.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I'm big into that. So I'm selling a lot of that stuff too. I'm making right now, they look like a handsaw, but in the whole blade, there's, you know, either deer or bear, elk, moose cut out in it with a tree and so on and so forth. So yeah, those are selling big. So
So the way you did that, are you doing them vertical or horizontal?
yes,
Vertical.
vertical right now. Yep. I'm working on a pattern where I can come up with horizontal and
Yeah.
make a bigger saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now they're just vertical, but those are another thing is selling like hotcakes.
That's good. That's
Fantastic.
unique. I haven't seen any of those. So
Yeah.
that's a unique.
So
Yeah, like I said, I've got a couple of years left before I retire. And once I retire, I'm going to, you know, delve more into this as a hobby, but as a little extra income for when I retire. So.
right. And if you enjoy it, then God.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Love it. The wife doesn't like the sawdust so much, but
Yeah.
I'm in the process right now of looking, I'm probably going to buy like a 16 by 20 shed and put it out in the backyard, insulate it and everything and set my shop up in that. So
So are you doing it in the garage right now or a basement or what?
no, doing it in the basement right now.
Basement. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's.
And I mean, I've got an air handler and dust collection, but
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
you still, I mean, you can't catch all of it. So
Yeah. And that sawdust goes everywhere. Yeah.
yeah. She likes everything when it's done, but when I'm making it, she's like, can you take a break for a while?
That's terrific. Oh, that's great.
So where's your wife? She's not.
She is over to her parents' house. Her mom and dad aren't doing well. Her mother is bedridden, so she has to pretty much take care of her 24/7. She hasn't worked. My wife hasn't worked since the beginning of the corona. Her mom took ill, so she's been over there pretty much 24/7 taking care of her. So
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
So do her parents live close by? Well, it sounds like.
yeah, they're like 7 minutes from us. So
Oh, okay.
And you said your mom must be close by because you.
well, she's about a half hour away from me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So so is that where most of your sales are coming? Literally from Facebook Marketplace?
Pretty much, and a few people that I work with have bought stuff from me. They saw my work and they're like, "Can you make this for me?" And I just actually made. I'll show you because you're a fan, or you were a fan.
Oh, you know what? I
that.
saw that.
Yeah.
One. I saw that. Yeah.
That's nice.
This was for one of the girls at work for her husband for Christmas, and right after I gave it to her, she showed a friend of hers, and her friend's like, "Can you make me one with the Steelers on it?" So I'm in the process of laying that out right now to make that. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's That's definitely a niche within itself when you get into that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that came
yeah.
out good. I've never really carved the Vikings, that Vikings logo, but I think when I first started looking at it, it was really complicated. But I've seen it carved several times, and it's really not that bad.
No, it wasn't bad at all. It actually went pretty well. So, and
Yeah,
I carved it on maple. So,
on maple. So
yeah.
that brings up a question: what is the most popular material that you use that you can get where you're at?
Right now, everybody seems to like the maple and the cherry.
Really?
I do very little pine. My flags that I make, those are all done with pine.
Yeah.
But yeah, and actually, last summer I lost my wood guy. He sold everything and moved to New Hampshire. So I'm in the process of looking for another supplier. I still have quite a supply of wood, but I mean, if
Yeah.
it keeps going the way it is, I'm definitely going to be running out. So
So the maple and the maple and cherry, you just have
cherry,
a big stock that you bought from that guy that you're working for.
yes,
Got it.
yep,
Okay.
yep.
And he was he like had his own mill kind of thing, or
Well, he basically sold like small bits and pieces of it on eBay,
uh-huh.
and I actually stumbled across him and found out that he lived maybe 45 minutes away from me. So I went down to his house, and he took me out in his garage, and he says, "This is what I have," and I said, "Ooh, I'll take that,
Yeah.
that."
Yeah.
So I pretty much loaded the back of my pickup truck and gave him what he wanted, and away I went.
Yeah. Yeah. When you run across those things, the only regrets that I have the few times I've run across those is I didn't buy enough. Is I screwed up and it's like, dang, I wish I'd got more. I had a chance
Yeah,
down in Phoenix. We went to one a couple years ago that I got some really cool pieces from. But this guy, it was an estate sale. It was actually the grandfather's wood shop that he'd been running since like the turn of the century, and he had just piles and piles of materials and old tools and stuff. And I had a chance to buy it all for $1,000, and I didn't do it. Now I'm kicking
Well,
myself.
we
now you're
had,
kicking yourself in the butt for it.
Oh,
we had my Chrysler. We didn't have the truck.
yeah, I didn't have
So
it.
he's like,
Yeah, but
where
I
are
would,
you gonna put it?
I couldn't come back with the truck. It would anyway. Yeah, I kicked myself for not doing that. But I just made a sign out of solid walnut that is 1 inch thick. It was full 1 inch thick because it was rough cut, and you could tell it was probably 100 years old. I mean, the materials. I got some mahogany and some walnut and different things. It was like, oh my gosh. And this guy, actually, Vicky got an old wooden level. The guy at one time worked for Stanley and had one of the original like Stanley wooden levels
I
from
have
way
four
back.
of 'em.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, it just
I got them for like $1 a piece.
yeah
It's crazy.
that was my
Can't beat that.
regret
Yeah.
that I didn't buy all they had. But anyway,
Give me that white lotion, please.
what am I doing?
Give me that,
Okay.
please.
So anyway, so you married? Any kids? Grandkids? Anything?
Karen and I, well, we're not married, but we've been together so long. We're husband and wife.
Yeah.
I understand.
Um, my first wife, I divorced, and I do have a son with her.
Uh-huh.
My son Matt is 37 years old, and he has 2 children.
Okay.
And I now have my stepdaughters, Stacy, who's down in South Carolina. She's a traveling nurse with her family, her husband, and her 3 kids.
Yeah.
And then our youngest daughter, she lives maybe 15 minutes from us here. She's a school teacher. Her husband just became a firefighter for the city here,
Uh-huh.
and they have 3 little ones.
Wow. Terrific. So you got a lot of
Yeah.
family then. A lot of family.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
Fantastic. That's great.
yeah.
That's terrific. And
I got to tell you my story about the giveaway, the Christmas giveaway.
yeah.
Jamie McCord was my partner.
Oh, okay.
Well, I made her sign. I shipped it out the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Still hasn't gotten there.
Oh
You're
my
kidding.
God.
USPS is now finally, yesterday, they decided they're going to open an investigation into where the sign ended up.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm in the process right now of laying out another one and getting ready to carve it.
Wow.
I have been in contact with her, and I told her, I says, probably not going to get to you till after the first of the year, but
Yeah.
USPS has been absolutely horrible.
Is that how you sent it? Do you
Oh.
send it priority mail?
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And it was showing for a while, it was progressing, and now it's been sitting in limbo. It's in West Virginia, but where in West Virginia, I have no idea.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Now, did you receive yours from her?
Yes,
Yeah. he
Yep.
did it.
Yeah.
sure did. I received that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, you did a video, the revealing of it
Oh,
online.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
On
did a
Facebook?
beautiful job on that sign.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, she did. For not having been carving very long, she did a very nice job.
You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this has been the worst year for USPS delivery. I saw a thing actually, I can't remember where I saw it, on the news, whatever, on the news channel, whatever, where they showed this massive pile of email in some city, and it says, this is why you won't get your gifts for Christmas or something like that.
Yeah.
Email or mail?
Mail,
Oh,
mail.
Packages.
Packages, yeah.
Well, I understand they're overwhelmed because everybody's buying online now. So
Yeah.
yes, they're overwhelmed with all the Amazon and everything, but
Well, I had
still,
also,
I mean, it's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You would think that they could prepare for it, but I also heard that they got, because of the COVID vaccines are being shipped and moved by UPS and FedEx. UPS and FedEx sent a lot of their business over to the USPS priority mail, so they got
Right.
inundated with an over amount
Yeah.
along with the Christmas stuff. So
yep.
yeah, that's bad.
And unfortunately, I've had many calls, people saying, well, what can you do on your end? Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do
There's nothing.
nothing I can do that and I
Once it's in their hands, it has
Yeah.
nothing more to do with you.
I was on the phone with them, or I was on hold for an hour and a half. And then the recording came on and says, if you leave your phone number, we'll call you back. You won't lose your place in line. So I did that, and nobody ever called me back.
That was a week ago.
I did that twice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
we're the call right after yours, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's nuts, but
Yeah, it's I'm hoping that that this all kind of works its way out after the first of the year. But
Hopefully.
yeah, I think finally everybody that ordered from the Black Friday sale finally did get their stuff.
but
Yeah.
hopefully they're
It's close though. But before I forget, everybody is going to actually see this on Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah.
This is our gift to all of our people. Dawn.
Yes. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
I
Yes.
got my Christmas sweater.
Yeah. she got
Yeah.
Her Grinch on.
It says, what is it?
So in the email, Eric, you said you wanted to possibly see some of my signs. Well, I have pictures. I don't have actual signs because they're already on to the customer, but
Yeah.
I can show you a couple of pictures of stuff that I've done.
Absolutely.
This one I just did for a gentleman about 15 minutes away from me for his son's bar in his house.
I remember
I
seeing that.
like
Yeah.
that.
Very
Wow.
cool. No, so what's the deal with the beer mugs whiskey business?
Well, he has his own bar in his house, and instead of risky business, he wanted to call it whiskey business.
All right, that makes sense. Now I get it.
So, and that was carved on cherry.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
This is the one I just delivered this morning to the customer. He had me make it for his aunt and uncle.
I remember
saw
seeing. I saw
That
that.
is gorgeous.
That is very cool.
I really like those layouts there.
When I delivered it to him, I handed it to him. He looked at it. He goes, "Oh my God, this is absolutely amazing."
Yeah.
He goes, "I thought the motorcycle guy and the names were just painted on there." He goes, "I didn't realize they were actually carved into the wood like that."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, look at the center part. That's all carved. All the Harley Davidson motorcycle, that's all outset letters."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
So he's like, "Wow, he goes, I'm going to keep your wife's name on my Facebook. He goes, you're going to be getting some more business.
Good.
Now I want to ask you, Don, how did you do the layout on the, did you find those images on the two bikers, the woman biker and or was?
I found they were actual pictures, actually, that I found on the internet.
Okay,
And I turned them into silhouettes
gotcha. Okay,
And
through,
what did you use?
yeah, how'd you do silhouettes?
it's in the Office suite. Gosh, I can't think of the name of it now. One of the
In
programs that's in
Microsoft
the Office. Yes. Yep.
Okay. It's
PowerPoint. In
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint, you can do it. Yes.
Really?
Yep.
You can take a
Yep.
photograph and actually turn it into a silhouette?
Yes, you can.
I did not
Yep.
know that.
I didn't
Wow,
either.
that's
And
fascinating.
then, of course, they were cut out on my Cricut Maker. That's how I do a lot of my stencils, is on my Maker. So
Right.
Hmm.
Wow.
I've
But
never
here's-
used PowerPoint.
here's the thin blue line flag I did for
That's
the girl
awesome.
for her husband, who's a police officer in Syracuse, about 30 minutes away from me.
Wow. Man, that came out fantastic. And that's all carved.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. All carved.
Wow.
And here's another one I did a couple years ago.
Wow, I
Uh-huh.
like that.
How big is that?
This is 36 by 18.
Wow. And that's on what kind of material is that? Was that
That again is maple. That's maple.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Do you laminate those boards together or did you have a piece that big?
No, I laminate the boards together.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yep. And then this one was the one that I made where I didn't have your Western letters, but I improvised and made my own.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah. So you took a Bookman font and
Just put the points on the sides of each letter. Yep.
yep, that's how
Yep.
they used to do
That's
it.
how we used to do it with the Clarendon. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the one that I told you I sold. And in 15 minutes, I had 2 more orders for the same
That's
thing.
beautiful.
Fantastic. That is so cool. Beautiful stuff, man. What is it? Now that looks like, is that, what kind of wood is that? What
That's
material?
also cherry.
Also cherry. Just,
Yep.
and that's just a clear on top of cherry then.
Do you have
Yep,
the pictures?
Yep.
of
It's
the
Helmsman
software?
Spire Varnish. Actually, I also used the Total Boat Gleam 2.0.
Oh yeah. Okay. We use
Yep.
some of that on the shelf
Yep.
out there. Yeah. Really?
Yep.
Do you have any pictures of the saws that you scroll?
Da, 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 da. Yes, let me see here if I can find one on my phone. I have a bunch downstairs, but they're not assembled, so I'm not going to show you those. They're in the stages of being put together, so.
Gotcha.
Where are we here? There you go.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
That is awesome.
Wow. That is cool.
Jeez.
The handle and everything is all cut out on the scroll saw.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
So is that a mixture of two different woods there?
Yep, oak for the handle,
Yeah.
and that's poplar. The blade is made out of poplar,
So you
1/4 inch.
and so that is just clear on both of those. That's the natural wood color, or did you?
No, I actually do. I do like an old traditional stain on the oak,
On the
just to
oak.
darken it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But the poplar is, yes, that's natural, just a clear finish on it.
Yeah. I thought
Wow,
the
that's
oak looked a
awesome.
little darker, like it had a stain on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a really neat contrast between those two.
yeah,
Is that what you're doing mostly? Is the poplar and the oak as far as the handle and the blade part?
that's all I do, yes.
That-
Yep.
That's fantastic. So what kind of scroll saw do you have?
DeWalt?
You have a DeWalt. I've heard good
Yep.
things about those. I don't scroll, but
Yep.
I've heard that they work real well.
Yeah, I love it,
Yeah,
love it.
that's fantastic. Well, now that we're talking about that, what's your favorite router? Which router do you use? Oh, that looks familiar. Okay, yeah. I was just curious. Yeah,
And you know what? You can't find them. Lowe's, Home Depot, they're
can't find
indefinitely
them.
out of them.
Yeah.
that's what I hear.
Yep.
You're welcome, DeWalt.
Yeah.
I think,
I was looking on eBay last night. There's people selling them for $200 to $300.
oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Wow.
Where?
Yeah,
Wow.
crazy.
But I've got 3 of these. I have 3 of these. I have my Milwaukee cordless, which I absolutely love.
And that's that what 18 M18?
M18, yep,
Yeah, yeah,
yep.
yeah. I've
Yep.
heard really good stuff about those.
And I use the 9-amp batteries,
Yeah,
so I can carve quite a bit of a sign with that.
9 amp.
And I did just go over to Harbor Freight, and I did pick up one of the Bowers just to try it out.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a
So I
bad.
got an order. I need to order a base plate from you for that. So
Gosh, there was something that came to mind, but I can't remember. Oh, I'm curious. You've been doing this 5 years. You've got a lot of experience making some great stuff. How are you sanding off your signs? Are
how am
you,
I sanding them off?
yeah. Are you still using?
What, after I spray?
Yes, yes.
I use 80 grit. I've got the DeWalt disc sander that you have, the newest one that you have. And I also have the random orbital sander that I use.
Okay, so do you like the disc sander better than the old belt sanders, or were you using the belt sanders?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it's way easier to use the disc sanders.
A much better,
Yep.
a much better sand, much faster, and much. I really think it's a faster learning curve with the disc than it was with the belt sanders way back.
Yep,
So, good.
most definitely.
I just wanted to kind of confirm that and get your take on it too. Excellent. That's terrific. So, you've been a premium member like for a long time. Yeah.
Yep.
But how often do you send your bits in for me to sharpen them? Because I don't.
I haven't ever yet. I haven't ever sent them in yet.
Okay, you got.
I keep them clean.
You keep them clean.
That's the trick, cleaning them. I mean, I stop halfway through a sign and clean my bits.
Do you? Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Really? And
Yep.
you're using the same bits. You've been using the same bits for a while.
Yes, I am.
Well, when those things get dull, man, send them to me. I know I'm probably going to regret that because there's probably going to be 50 bits come in at one time. But I want you to get your money's worth. Send them to me.
Yeah, I've got some I'll send in pretty soon here to you.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah. As much, how much we appreciate it, and we appreciate, all the premium members and all that stuff. But it kills me because I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys as much value as I can. And I hate the idea of, people having, dull router bits that they're not sending in. And I know you got plenty of extras, so.
Mine are still carving, so apparently they're not dull yet.
Yeah, and if you're carving, you're carving cherry and, these hardwoods, cherry is really, it was a long time before I really carved a piece of cherry, but man, it cuts great. That cherry cuts really, really nice.
Yes, it does.
It's hard, but it's so consistent. So anyway, all right. So we're going to wrap this up, but I have one question for you. And this is something that, especially for someone like you that's got a lot of experience, is there anything that you would have done different from the beginning as far as things that you learned later on that you wish you would have learned or a little bit sooner that could have saved you some heartache from a sign carving standpoint? I can't really speak to the scrolling, but from a sign carving standpoint, was there anything that later on you was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I catch that before? Or is there anything, in that same context, is there anything that I could do to help out newer people more that you wish that I would have addressed earlier on?
No, you've pretty much addressed everything. The only thing that I found early in my sign carving that I was doing was overspraying. Spraying too heavy on the Marshank.
Yep.
Pretty much I use mostly Marshank, but I do use the black primer also. But, I was, and like you had always said, even though it looks like it's not coated enough, it is coated enough. So I'd be like, I can see a little bit of light there, so I'm going to spray a little more. So then now you're going through all these discs to try and get it off of there. And
Yeah.
But other than that, and there is one thing just to keep in mind for these newbies. Yeah, you may have a scrap pile of wood next to you on the floor, but someday that scrap pile is gonna turn into something beautiful that somebody's gonna absolutely love that you made for them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Great
Is
point.
that a Christmas tree I see behind you?
Yes, that's our Christmas tree back there.
Oh, I didn't
It
even
was
see
either
it.
that or a halo. I couldn't decide. So,
Off your silver hair there. Yeah.
yeah.
For me,
That's good words of wisdom, though, I think.
That
too,
really is.
because now even I, with what little I do, I look at stuff that people have in their fire pile, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what I could do with that? Or
Yeah.
I've even got. It's funny, my family, when we go to California. Well, when my mom was still here, my mom would be driving somewhere with her friends, and she'd say, "Oh, Vicky could use that," something in a pile somewhere, or my nephews or my sisters saving pieces of wood for me because they know I would be able to do something with it. It's perspective, just the way you look at something. Anything before I was just like firewood, good firewood, that'll burn a while. Now it's like, oh my gosh, don't burn that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a great point. Great point. Okay, well, gosh, it's been a pleasure, my friend. It's
Next time.
Yes, same here.
I'd like to meet your wife.
Yeah, I told her, I said sometime one of these years and when I get some vacation, which I do have vacation time, but right now it's kind of been crazy, but
Yeah.
I told her, I said, I'd really like to travel out there to see the two of you and Dave.
yeah,
I'd get a kick out of your dad.
Yeah.
I really want to see him jump the gator over the dirt pile though. That'd be awesome.
No, that's mine. Not gonna get broken.
that's her baby. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I
You know
know.
what? You know what I named her? Actually, it was Eric's idea. After the whole Black Friday craziness, and it was absolutely crazy. Was it the next day or the next
Yeah,
couple of
within a
days?
couple days. Yeah.
Dave came home with that, and he bought that for me, kind of from Eric and him for Christmas, early Christmas. So her name is Black Friday.
There you go.
You gotta make a little sign. and
Gonna
put
make
on
a
there.
little thing. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
I was funny because I was looking at her outside. She's parked right outside the back door. And I'm thinking, this is the way my mind works. I could put a little bit of resin up on this pole, this roll bar, and I could really make that thing look good. So
Bling it out.
I might.
There you go. Bling it out with some resin.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. I might just.
But yeah, I'll definitely have my wife get in touch with you, Vicky, because she, like I said, she's big time into doing the epoxy stuff.
Yeah,
So.
I could
Yeah.
probably pick her brain for a while too.
Yeah.
Do you know which one she using? Which epoxy?
Well, you said you had used Total Boat, but that wasn't an epoxy.
No,
that
that
was
was
an oil.
No. Right now, I forget what it is. Usually, it's from Epoxy Resin Store.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Might be.
It's a
all-
clear cast epoxy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty much all the same, but
There's so many, and there's like.
yeah,
There's
She tried the Alumilite, but it's just it's the odor off it is just so overwhelming. And she does the big, with the big respirator thing on and all that. And
Yeah.
she also does a lot with the UV resin, which she dries it with a UV light.
I've
So,
seen that a lot lately.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I haven't seen that. Oh,
That takes
interesting.
too much time. I'd rather pour it, bubble it, and then come back the next day and do what I need to do. But,
yeah.
All right.
Hold on one second. Let me just get one thing quick. Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
I can show you one of the things that she just made for a friend of ours. It's just a little keychain, but
oh,
Wow.
that's so cute.
How cool is that?
Oh, very cool.
It's a little L. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
yep.
Oh, I want
Yep.
one.
That is cool.
Ask her to make me one. I'll pay you for it.
With a V? What color? What's your favorite colors?
Purple, teal, light green, so like a seafoam green. So
Okay. I'll tell her.
yeah,
Okay.
just
All
let
right.
me know. I'll send you the money.
See, we're doing business.
We're doing business.
There you go.
We can both wipe this off now because we're doing business.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Hey, man, it was so good to finally, meet you face to face.
Hold on a
almost.
minute. Dave, before you go in there, come here.
Don Spicer wants to say hi. Oh,
He's gonna yell in my ear. There he is.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Dave, how are you?
Come
oh,
down.
you got to come down.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go. There's the camera right there. So this is Don Spicer, who lives in New York. He's been following us
Okay, 5 years?
over 5 years.
Ah,
Farming
great.
Signs. Makes some amazing signs.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good to see you, Don.
Good to see you, Dave.
Okay, we'll see you later. Merry Christmas.
Okay, take care.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Okay,
Okay.
he's gonna go take a nappy.
Time for a nap.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, he's been up, he gets up
You got up pretty early
like
this morning.
5 or 6 o'clock.
A little later than that. But
Yeah,
yeah.
he was up when I got up. Well, you got me up late. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets up pretty early and then goes to work and then takes a little nap in his chair and gets up and goes about, does what he does. So
Yep.
he's got more energy than I do.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you go on with your evening because I know it's a little later there than it is here. So, thanks again, man. We sure appreciate it.
Thank you. It was great. It was a pleasure.
It was
It's
I enjoyed it much.
Finally.
It's nice to finally get a face-to-face meeting with you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. And tell your wife hello, Merry Christmas, and I'd like to meet her next time also.
I will. I'll tell her.
you guys.
You
get
guys have a
time-
very Merry Christmas.
And if you guys get time, come out to Vegas and we'll drive
meet
up
you up
and
there.
we'll do some dinner or something.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right,
John.
buddy.
Take care of yourself. Stay
Take
healthy.
care.
Merry Christmas.
Yep, bye-bye.
buddy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.